Hey everyone, welcome back to the Game Brigade. My name is Brian, and today we are going to be unboxing the Tamashii Chronicles of Ascend. This is from Awaken Realms Light, and I am excited to finally dive into this game. I covered this game when it was live on Gamefound. I did a Should You Back, and I am very excited to finally take a chance and see how this game has shaped up, check out what the final components look like, look at the final miniatures, and also share with you guys some of these close-up shots so you can get an idea of what to expect in your copy of Tamashii. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I've already removed the shrink wrap from this one. We'll remove the shrink wrap from that one when they're ready to go. But yeah, this is Tamashii. This is a game set in it's an interesting setting. It's set in a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk world. Now, whenever you think post-apocalyptic, I always think of, the lack of technology, but technology still exists in this world. In fact, the world is ruled by AI, and we are some of the last surviving humans fighting for our survival against those AI. So that is what the world of Tamashii looks like. So right on top, we've got the rulebook. So let's take a look at this rulebook real quick and see how things look. Let's put this over here for now. So we are looking at a rulebook, roughly about 20-some pages, I'm assuming 22 probably. Yep, with that 22 pages, not including the credits. We do have an index, which is great. I always appreciate having an index. They also have an explanation for victory point scoring and some different game modes. Let's go back to the front. They have a very clear list of what the components look like and what you're going to find. Now, I actually really like this. This is a very easy way to verify that you have everything in the game and just keep track of things. So I really, really appreciate when they do that. Setup. Looks pretty clean, looks pretty clear. Now, there are some concerns that people have had, and I'm very hopeful that this unboxing video will give you guys a very clear idea of what to expect. Tamashii has gone through several iterations of changes from the core gameplay to some of the art directions and changes there. So what we saw originally from the Gamefound campaign is completely different. So here we have some standees. So some people really prefer standees. If you do, these are great. They're full color. And one of the reasons that I like Tamashii so much was the vibrant colors that you can see here. So we have a lot of really cool colors and shapes and stuff. So for these standees. Oh, look at that. I already popped one. And it looks like it's in the shape of the heart almost. So let's go ahead. I'm going to keep him inside there for now. Okay, so here we have a rule book. This is probably for the Lost Pages campaign. Oh my gosh. So this is a module that was included with the Gamefound. So it says, scenarios in this expansion may be played in any order. There is no linear story to follow. Each Lost Pages scenario is a standalone adventure. And that was the thing about this game. It's also an adventure game, survival game, as you're traversing and traveling along to these different locations. So here we have some territory locations. These are the hexagonal locations, as well as more punch. We're gonna have a bunch of punch. And I might as well, since we're getting there, let's get that close-up camera set up, just so we have her ready to go. I'm excited to eventually get maybe some gameplays of this game on the channel. You guys will have to let me know what kind of content, if any, you'd like to see. Because again, we make content for you, the audience, so that you can experience things or see how things play before you decide to pick it up for yourself. So here we go. We've got a bunch more of these location tiles. We can kind of show these here on the close-up camera. So you can see you've got the damaged districts, you've got Commander's hideout, down here is Nikio's hideout. So these are all different kind of locations that we're gonna be able to go to. We have some more here. The art and color is just so cool. I really like the splashes of purple and neon here, the red. It's really, really cool. That's what originally drew me to this title in the first place. So here we have some more. This is what the backside looks like. Okay. Here are some of our tokens. Now these have gone under a known overhaul a few times in terms of what people expected to see. But here we have a bunch of different tokens that are going to be available. And some more tokens. Look at all that punch. That's a lot of punch we're going to have to do. And then more standees. Now these look like some of the playable characters in the game. These have been also replaced, depending on the level of pledge that you got, these can be replaced by minis as well. Okay, so let's move all of the punch over and put that right over here for now and bring the core box back in. Okay, so right off the bat, I like that they're already showing us where all the minis are going to be, as well as some other tokens. Maybe those tokens are there, so that's cool. Let's just keep that right here. So now we've got our first tray of minis. Interesting, they've got a first game setup in here. We'll take a look at that in a second. Let's take a look at some of these minis. Okay, so now we've got some minis that we can check out. So, first off, this guy has a fox head. Really cool hair here. The tail is super cool. I love that Awaken Realms does the basing for you. So this would be really cool. I almost wish I was smart enough and that I had the represented standee to go alongside. That would consider a lot more pre-planning. Okay, so you got this guy. I know there was a few that had like people were unsure. Like this guy was like wondering how close those connection points would be for the minis. So this is really cool. Let's get this focus again. This looks like a droid that he's jumping off of, and this hand actually kind of has the finger marks of where he's clearing. So he's jumping over the body. This is the hand of the robot. So you got a nice little action pose there. That's cool. We got some more of these blue shield guys. These have been very common with some of their latest projects. They've been doing these kind of shields. So there you go. Give you some contrast color. Here's this guy who's got some floating. She's like flying on a droid. It's cool, but I don't think the effect works as well as the shield guy. But the effect is still cool. But yeah, definitely not as cool as some of the other stuff. Here's a big robot looking guy. Check out these crazy cool feet. Wrapping around. Okay. What else we got in here? This is a cool mini. Really good size. For texture, that's the size of my thumb. For the size of these minis. I mean, I got big hands though. So the size might be different for you. Okay, and then of course I know this is a lot of people's favorite character, the girl on the wall reading from her notebook. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see, any other ones that are kind of cool? This guy is cool. Kind of coming out from behind her helmet here, wrapping around, comes down. It's like penetrating through the ground and then comes up the front. It's cool. Definitely don't want to be hit by that. Let's see what else we got here. And you can't forget the cat. The cat. Look at the tail on that thing. It's huge. Long-haired little kitty. I would like to see, there you go, you can see some of the detailing there. Cool. Any other ones that are like, okay, this little puppet master looking girl is pretty cool. Like teddy bear robots. I like the detailing back here. That's cool. Okay, so that's some of the minis here. Let's go ahead and dive deeper into the box. Push those aside. So here we have a first game setup. And this is, before you're setting the first game, make sure you complete the unboxing guide on the other side of the sheet. Okay, so we'll take a look at that and then perform some steps. Okay, so I'm going to save this. Obviously, we'll reference that in our first gameplay. So inside here, we've got some of those character sheets. Are these the bad guys? I think these might be the bad guys, actually, that you are facing. Yeah, these are the bad guys that you're facing. And these are their setup guides for them. So let's show these as a closer shot. And these usually also tell you how long a game might be. Cool. The art's so cool. They also changed the art on the cover of this box, which I thought was interesting. The original art was kind of this lone guy standing in like a bunch of colors. But they've changed it to that Shinigami. So here are the player boards. So these are all dual layer. So you have your section here, the launcher. You got your sections here for your assets and your health. So this was here it is. Okay. So there's all that. Inside here, we got silicone for freshness. We got, what is this? Time track. Okay, and then we've got the dump. Player colors dumps. So that's these right here. More dual layer player board. And then this actually comes off. And inside we've got a bunch more stuff. More silicone for freshness. A bunch of things. So we got a lot of cards. So we're gonna have, I'm a little nervous based on what this looks like. I'm curious if this is sleevable. We can open up a pack here and take a look at what some of these cards look like. Get it, you know what? Actually, maybe not. It looked a little split, but in second case, it did not. Okay. Of course, I picked the biggest one. So what do we got here? So this has a goal, special rules. Your goal is go to the shelter, tells you what to do, and then when you complete it, you've got stuff in the back. So that's kind of cool. We got a bunch of this stuff. Your different goals. So this will tell you up in the corner what it belongs to. Yeah, so we got a bunch of these different scenarios, it looks like. Cool. The cards have a very sheen feel. It's very slick, so be aware of that. I'm going to make sure I keep these in order. Yeah, and inside the insert, it doesn't look like sleeve cards unless depending on how things fit in here and maybe potentially down here. I'm a little nervous for sleeve cards. Now, we've got our baggie. Oh, check out these baggies. Let's see. That's cool. Cool, so we got 4 of these in player color. Oh, you got Katie on this one. And then, there you go. That's cool. I like these draw bags a lot. Okay, so we got the draw baggies. What else we got down here? More standees. Put that over there. This is the Owlman expansion. That was what that standee was for, was the Owlman. And he's down here. So let's show Owlman. So I believe this was the reward for backing in the first 48 hours. Or you could pledge it, I think it's probably €5 to get the Owlman mini expansion. So we've got our dice. Show what these kind of look like. There you go. Okay, cool. There is a blank side on that, by the way, on those dice. We also have another set of dice in here. These purple ones. There we go. Cool. All right, so let's see what else. Let's see if there's anything else, and then we'll dive into the other expansions. So we got the crystals, we got more storage compartments, components, compartments. But yeah, that's roughly about it. We got a bunch of rule books and whatnot, and stuff for organization, which is cool. I'm glad that they're including organization help. So we're gonna kind of just put these guys to the side, and now let's check out this expansion. So we've got 2 expansions here. We got the Forbidden Chapter here, and then we've got the Katie's expansion, Katie's Diary. Okay, so the Forbidden Chapter is an expansion for Tamashii. It features a mini campaign consisting of 4 scenarios. And it's set in a more of a rural cyberpunk post-apocalyptic world. You're going to have a chance to delve into a captivating story of the mystical Kitsune. While doing so, you may aid the worshippers of the sun and reunite the followers of the Basilisk. So this is a mini campaign. It includes also some miniatures. Now, my thing with Awaken Realms games is I would love to be able to fit all their stuff into a single box, but I've never been able to do so. So again, we've got our bad guy here, and also shown on the cover of the rulebook, kind of a small rulebook. Yeah, we got some scenario stuff and very small rulebook. Probably easy to follow once you understand the core game. But we've got some punch. We're going to leave this punch together, but we're going to take a look at some of these minis that include this in this expansion. The punch is just going to be more tiles that we've already kind of seen, but specifically for this expansion. And then the standees, if you wanted to play with the standee variant. But here we've got those minis. This one looks really cool. Kind of like a 9 tails, 9.5 tails. This guy's cool looking too. It's got kind of an interesting, like almost like a steel girder katana. It's kind of interesting. The detailing is so good. Awaken Realms has really stepped up the notch on some of these miniatures as of late. They've been really, really clean. They've really got it down. And here's this one. And the final mini in this expansion. Cool. So those look good. We also have several different decks, more stuff for the actual scenarios in the campaign inside this box. Okay, I wish I remembered where everything went. That's the problem sometimes doing these unboxings. You're just like, where did I grab this from? Surprisingly, I actually think I figured it out pretty well. And you got a nice little spot here in the insert for all that punch that we have. So that'll be cool to take a look at. So put that to the side for now. We'll take a look at that deeper later. And then over here, we've got the last one. We've got the Katie's Diary. Now this is a standalone expansion, but it had my favorite mini on there, Katie, with her cat robot. And I believe Katie is an AI, actually. So, and you're working to get her. So it says, the Katie's Diary expansion includes a single scenario to the game in which players uncover the complex backstory of Katie, one of the first independent AIs created by humanity. The scenario unlocks new components and features with 3 separate paths to succeed. So that's cool. I'm hoping Katie's got a big miniature. Got silica for freshness inside there. If you guys know the reference of silica for freshness, you should leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know who says that. There's another creator who says that. And every time I see silica now, I say silica for freshness. Included silica for freshness. Okay, so we got this. Alright, so the Katie miniature is a decent size. Big chonky little miniature. You got some of the 8-bit features there on the face of the robot, and you got that girl riding on top. It's really cool. Let's see if we can get a closer shot here. I mean, this mini would be cool just to have it painted up and as a display piece. It's a chunky size mini. It's pretty chunky. You also have some rings in here, player color rings. And then we have the standees for Katie, as well as the lair or the lab. So you have some locations there. And her actual diary, which is the setup for it. So that's just a single scenario. Not necessarily like a must-have or most-own, but something kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. So that is Tamashii from Awaken Realms Light. I know a lot of people have been asking for an unboxing video because they want to see what the components look like, or check out how the game kind of looks like here at the end. And I just recently got this in the mail this week, so I want to make sure I got this video out for you guys as soon as possible so you guys can take a look at it. I appreciate you guys for watching till the end. You are the all-stars. Thank you again for supporting the channel. My name is Brian. If you like what you see, remember to hit the subscribe button, click that like to support us in the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, I will see you soon.